Jessie Draper, the Valley Girl. Let's talk business. I'm like the Valley Girl.
I don't care. I love it. I don't care.
Does that help? I brought you a money ball.
I got this feeling on a summer day when
It's a great exfoliant.
Yeah.
This is just sugar. So, Rebecca, will you tell me a little bit about these?
Hi, Valley Girl TV.
High five! That's awesome.
Five.
The largest.
High five for that.
Well, thank you.
I took, well, good job.
you're on a different road, I'm in the middle.
And I'm like Cheryl Sandberg.
And I'm like Tony Hsieh.
And I'm like Mark Cuban.
And I'm like Steve Wozniak.
And I'm like Jessica Alba.
I'm like Ted Turner.
Need I say more?
I'm like the Valley Girl.
I love it.
Let's talk business. I'm like the Valley Girl.
Hi. Welcome to the 5th Annual Women's Health Forum hosted by the WSDM, also known as the Stanford Center for Health Research on Women and Sex Differences in Medicine. I had to read that because I was just going to butcher it. Thank you for having me. My name is Jessie Draper. I'm also known as the Valley Girl, and I'm honored to be here, honestly. This is, we're going to be talking about really, really fascinating things going on in the world of women's health today. So first, I would like to introduce the co-founder and co-director of the Stanford WSDM Center to tell you a little more about the work they're doing. So please welcome Dr. Lynn Westphal.
Thank you, Jessie, for being so gracious in joining us today. So Jessie Draper, as you saw, is well known for being the Valley Girl and has done 150 interviews of many prominent people, and you saw even a Supreme Court justice up there. And we're really lucky to have her help organize the day today. And I thank all of you in the audience for joining us for our 5th Health Forum. And this is the second one as part of our Wisdom program. We're overwhelmed, as always, by the enthusiasm of all of you, and you clearly enjoy education, and this is a good time to be continuing education of our community. As you know, we're building our new hospital, and we're focused on building a healthier community. We always try to have our symposium around Mother's Day, and this is a time to recognize and celebrate our mothers. I'm really fortunate my mother's here for the 5th year in a row. And I'd like to just thank all the mothers for the impact that they have on our health, starting even in utero. So we know that what happens in the womb affects our health the rest of our lives and affects even our children. So we're going to hear from a range of wonderful speakers today that will address some of the important issues that affect women's health around the world. We have 2 rooms with lectures, so some will be in here and some in one of the rooms across the hall. And then we have a 3rd room that will have screenings and information about some of the clinical services. So please make sure to wander around. We are going to have a 15-minute break at 3:05, and so we'll have tea and coffee, and that will give you a chance also to look at that room with the different exhibits. We would not have done this program without the support of some very special people. We thank Roseanne Wolpert and Granite Rock for sponsoring this event for the 5th year. Roseanne has a real passion for helping her local community and recognizes that many issues that are seen globally are also problems seen in our local communities. And we could not have organized without our partners at Global Health, Dr. Michelle Berry, who's the dean of that program, and Larkin Callahan. And then I'd like to thank our Wisdom team. Sonu Thadani is our managing director, and Tio Prizing is our program associate, and they pulled off an amazing feat in getting everything organized today. And we'd like to thank our interns. Dory Howard, Ashley Joel, Aziza Dawadu, Haley Schmoyer, and Roz Murray. And then one other thank you to Camilla Olson, who's been a longtime supporter, and she will have some of her beautiful fashions on display today. And anything that you buy today, she will give a portion of her sales to our program, and we're going to use those donations to develop one of our new courses for the medical school. We thank all of you for coming today and hope to see all of you at other events. The welcome section of the program has some contact information if you're interested in learning more about our center. And finally, I'd like to bring up Dr. Marcia Stefanik, who will then introduce our keynote speaker today. Dr. Stefanik, many of you know, has been involved at Women's Health since the program first started, and she is well known for her work on the WHI, the Women's Health Initiative. Marcia got her PhD at Stanford and then never left, which is really wonderful for Stanford. She's a professor in the medical school in the Stanford Prevention Research Center, and I'm so proud to have her as the co-director of the Wisdom program.
And I'm so proud to have Lynn Westfall as the co-director of the Wisdom program. So it's Wisdom, not WSDM. Dr. Westfall, if you're not aware, is one of the leading researchers in fertility preservation of cancer survivors. And so it's a really important role. Between the two of us, we definitely span from conception through the life course as I do more and more work on aging. What we want to do now is just orient you really quickly to the fact that we are now in a plenary session, so the keynote will be in this room, but we have choices for you as you move on through the day. And so in this room, we'll be having two panels. The first panel will be right after our keynote speaker, who I will introduce in a moment, Jessie Draper, who you saw that great video clip from. The creator and host of the Valley Girl Show, will be the panel host for two panels. The first one has Michelle Berry, who's the Senior Associate Dean for Global Health at Stanford, and Paul Wise together, who are both fellows of the Freeman Spogli Institute. These are world experts in global health, and we're so excited that they are focusing on women's global health for this particular event. And then after the break, we'll have another set of three fantastic global health speakers. There will be one non-global health talk in this room at the end of the day by Jennifer Hartle. So that'll be the only non-global health thing in this room. Then in the next room, in the rooms that are all the way down the hall, so it's not just across the way, you have to go all the way down the hall, and there's a map in your program to orient you to that. On one side of the hall are the three rooms for the special topics of women's health and another global set, which I will orient you to in a moment. And then on the other side is where the clinic screenings are, and there's going to be coffee during the break in between those two rooms. So our selected women's health topics, in case you aren't excited about global women's health, we have other great things for you. Jennifer Tremmel will be moderating a panel. Jennifer is the clinical director of the Women's Heart Health Program, which is a program that the Women's Health at Stanford program worked to help launch, and she's done an amazing job. The talks in that session are not all cardiovascular. Only the first is cardiovascular. The second one is on Alzheimer's and dementia, and the third one is on facial rejuvenation, which has always been a popular topic here. And then if you want the other special women's health issue, you come back at the end of the day. In the other global women's health set that will be down in the Lane Lyons Ledotus is at the end of the hall. First we'll have Sepida Modric moderating a session of two speakers, and then we have another panel, and the moderator is Ann Firth Murray, who is the founding president of the Global Fund for Women. And she actually apparently also started at the Hewlett Foundation in the very beginning. So we're being able to start with the current director and move on to the earliest director, the first director. So she put together an amazing panel on the three most important issues in women's health as she sees it, and so that's just to orient you to that.